the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Learn your foreparents' ancient divine creed. Since 1913 I've been planting the seeds. Enemies planted agents, I had to leave. I know it was abrupt, but bear with me please. Among the many teaching, man have two selves. These are lower and higher. You want the one that justice breeds. Uplifting the Moors. Be yourself is what you need. Ancient forefather didn't salat on their knees. Not even under his own vine and fig trees. Fell to slavery for abandoning divine creeds. Denationalized since 1774. Now you hurt others with hands, tongues, and thoughts. Confused at the roads when you see them cross. The object of Moors' life is to unfold, of course. Islam doesn't teach we were born in sin. If unlimited capacities can't be found within, humanity has been left at the mercy of those who in them have no mercy. If only Allah guards the Moorish movement, the faith in your prophet, please don't lose it. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. Coming as he did with a national message. Many disrespect and don't get the lessons. Following the speakers, not the words spoken. Connected to the higher powers, all wires broken. This is our prophet, and there's none left. False prophets point followers to the joys of death. Circle 7 says Jesus, but means Ben Yosef. Where you find Allah, we know the heart is closest. To find a real prophet in these days is rare. Most propagate a faith, to have the people in fear. Together we stand, divided we fall. Prophet said, study the Constitution, cause law is all. Divine and national principle specific. His call to all loyal and faithful Moors is specific. Most made our prophet suffer severely in the past, waving banners with the claims of a national flag. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. If you have race pride and love your race, join the MST and you must make haste. If Europeans help, then why not you? I'm your prophet. Who you think I came here to? Redeem from the slavery state that's mental. Get off your 4 legs and out the kennel. This field is open to strong men and women, willing and seeking the kingdom of heaven. Lack of sincerity is in the churches. Lack of truth makes all religions worthless. I took a red pill and blue pill to know the ledge. Tree of life ciphers dance in my head like sugar plums. If you're sick, lime and a shot of rum. New wine and old skins will have you wasting some. Tried for many years, they still blind and dumb. Standing on the corner pushing crack and crime and guns. Hanging at high noon, a star called sun, bleaching the sellouts' bones dry, and they asking why. Schemers walk and traders grin all the time. On the high road, I watch them fall for the last time. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be.
You remember the last meeting? I was speaking about religious freedom. I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination everything?
You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be. In the name of Allah and Ali, Islam to all. Join the MST. You should hear about birthrights and nationality, for you are not Negroes or what you claim to be.
You remember the last meeting? I was speaking about religious freedom. I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination everything? So it's just showing you we gotta stay in tune with the times.
You are not Negroes or what you claim to be.
You remember the last meeting? I was speaking about religious freedom. I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination and everything? So it's just showing you we got to stay in tune with the times. About religious freedom, I was speaking about how if America said mass vaccination of smallpox, how we could say we don't want to get it under religious freedom. Right after that, didn't the president announce mass smallpox and vaccination and everything? So it's just showing you we got to stay in tune with the times. The prophet also said, quote, prophecy number 57, he said, quote, watch the newspapers and listen to the radio. I am going to make the European tell the truth. So he's saying in the last days, listen carefully. What you hear in the newspapers, what you see on the news. He's saying because he's going to make them tell the truth at that time. And if you listen carefully, you could distinguish the truth from what they're saying.
Islam Moors, round 3. Round 3. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Still got some more to do right now. We're just giving him his honors for the great work that he did. Going into another one. Gonna beat up another one. The Aliites by Spencer Dew. Never heard of it, have you? Yeah. How come they never told you that they know you're Aliites? They know. They didn't tell you? Never tell you that you're the Aliite tribe? Come they never told you that you're an Aliite. Right? Yep. This is round 3. This is the fruition round. I gave you the belief, gave you the faith before this, and this is the Tyson's punch out round right now. The Aliites. This is you, Moors. There's so much that has not been told. That's why you got to study. And then look up Spencer Dew. So you know who knows stuff and is telling, just like Brother Hakeem just said. He's going to make the Europeans tell the truth. Make them. They don't have a choice in the matter. Let's see what type of truth. Spencer Dew is bringing to these Moors. Let's see what type of truth Spencer Dew is bringing to these Moors. Research must be done by the individual in order to truly count as Aliite research. Perform your own due diligence, writes Kudro L. and Rami Salam L. toward the end of their 77 amazing facts about the Moors, with complete proof, admitting that, in fact, they have not offered complete proof in their book. They argue that this decision to neglect such proof is the key to their book's pedagogical purpose. The volume is less concerned with teaching facts than with inspiring research. This text could have matched every fact with a source so that it would be easy for the readers to confirm its contents, but that would be a disservice. The mission of this book is not to work your journey for you. Readers are urged, pick up these books and go study. Go to the websites and study. Study. It is insufficient to simply believe what one tells you. even if they are recognized scholars. You can believe us or believe others, but if you do so, you will never know. You must seek the truth for yourself. How many grand sheiks out here quoting 77 amazing facts? How many people even went and got their 77 amazing facts of the Moors? How come Spencer Du read 77 amazing facts about the Moors? How come? What made him go research and find this book and then quote this in his book, Aliites? And people are telling you crazy stuff about Grand Sheikh Kudro and all this. When Spencer Du has a book quoting from 77 amazing facts and you don't have yours? You don't have yours, but Spencer Du has his, and using it as a reference point to tell these Moors out here and these Negroes and blacks and coloreds and whoever else is pretending like they know something about their self, telling them 77 amazing facts about the Moors. Right? Khalifa Media, published by Moors. You say, where's the Moors, whatever. Oh, no, we got this. We got this. I don't know what people are talking about. The Moors don't have stuff. We got stuff. I mean, what do you mean? A nation can rise no higher than its women. Elijah Poole Bay. And again, for all the unity stuff, people say, you know, Moors don't got unity about yeah, well, this is Khalifa Moore, Canaanland Moore, came together, wrote a book for you Moors. Spencer Du quoting it. And what? You're not gonna run out to khalifamedia.com to go get this? This is a classic. 2014, this is published. How many grand sheiks out there got a book? Bet you they don't. Bet you. All these people talking crazy. Everybody, all these people leaving BS comments on our videos. Bet you they never wrote a book. Color too. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it absolutely beautiful? Right, everything up in here. From Bambata Bay, Stevie Wonder, Moo. This is a good one. This is a great one. I'll just quick skip through. 77 amazing facts about the Moors. You can go to khalifamedia.com and get your stuff. And all this is inspired by Noble Drew Ali, of course. You know, we don't do anything without the Prophet being an inspiration. They never tell you to get this. They're gonna tell you come buy a package. We're telling you buy our books. They're telling you buy a package. And then they're gonna go with the buy package people. And not ride with the Moors who produce literature, which Noble Drew Ali told these Moors, all these Moors, if you're in leadership or whatever, you better produce some literature to help change these peoples. Use your influence for good. Don't use your influence to sell packages and confuse people. Use it for good. Well, this is the good that we did. Put out this classic right here. 77 amazing facts about the Moors. So you can't say that you weren't told. Because, like Spencer Du said, we didn't put this out to tell you. We put this out to give you reference points to research. We put this out to give you reference points to research. Right? Kudra L, Rami Salam L, Mother Naji Ula L. Right, see? Products have barcodes, not nationality cards. Products have barcodes. Are you a product? Why does your nationality card have a barcode on it? Why does it have a bar strip? Playing games with you. But Spencer Du can quote it, then you know what these Moors are talking about. Let's see what else he has to say. Many definitions were altered: etymology, epistemology, and authority. Truth claims predicate knowledge practices. Aliite research is the accumulation of evidence to prove that which is already known and accepted. Evidentiary knowledge as objective fact is not debatable. However, it is often accompanied by the challenge to those who doubt. Do your own research like we did. This is the challenge accompanying Aliite anthologies of primary sources, but the rhetoric here does not match with an Aliite reality in which competing charismatic thinkers need to differentiate and maintain possession of their own arguments. One means by which the authority of Aliite thinkers is exerted and contested is through the Aliite knowledge practice categorized as etymology. Etymology is the origin and history of words, as Abdullah L. Talib Mozi Bey explains. He knows about Abdullah L. Talib Mozi Bey? How is he quoting Brother Abdullah? For a researcher, however, to enter into such questions of origin, such study of the accreticians of history is to reveal the layers of distorted meanings that have been intentionally added to or otherwise have come to displace the authentic, true signification of words. Etymology opens up a whole new world of thinking for you, says MSTA thinker Abdullah L. Talib Mozi Bey, allowing the thinker to get in the right track of thought and understanding, while also revealing the oppressive history of how words are suppressed and true meaning is concealed. Such meaning can have a legal consequence. When we voluntarily identify ourselves with false labels with the wrong words, legally we are subjecting ourselves to slavery. G.S. Kudro Arwa L. and G.S. Rami Salam L. insist. What he know? How's he quoting Kudro L. and quoting Rami Salam L. and these people are telling you we don't know what we're talking about? Don't listen to those Moors. Go listen to Black Leader guys. Listen to Black Leader guys. Don't listen to those Moors. For instance, Kudro Arwa L. discusses the spiritual energy of the word nationality. He explicitly cites the teachings of the Kabbalah for his claim that the NA sound signifies stability, the first principle, and the double virtue of recoiling on itself and spreading out, offering related words that, as an associative constellation, deepen understanding of what nationality truly means, even how it functions on a spiritual level, linking to the linguistic and intellectual, yet always transcending these levels. Another means of engaging words is to offer direct definitions in one's own, often in the form of a glossary. Eric Munjin Bey has produced a whole book using this technique, glossing key words in writings of Juali. The final technique used in Aliite circles is that most recognizable as etymology, recourse to recognized and cited dictionaries for the definition and historical usage of words of a given word, roots of a given word. Knowledge of the precise meaning of words is a requirement for effective communication in legal discourse presumed by general American legal consciousness. Yet for Aliites, such knowledge, like all knowledge, takes effort to excavate from under the cover of lies. Dictionaries are treated like historical sources, like scripture, as authoritative containers of truth that simultaneously bear the marks of corruption over time, either by accident or by express purpose of oppressing Moors. An introductory page on many books published by the MSTA-affiliated Khalifa Media urges readers to keep on hand a good standard dictionary of the English language, preferably one printed before 1965, in order to make the most effective use of the text, voicing a popular argument in Aliite communities. The text explains. The reason for this suggestion are twofold. First, the book you hold is revised from a text originally published in 1928. Some of the words contained herein may no longer be in common use, and or may have a different definition in modern dictionaries. Second, I suggest using a dictionary of this sort, as many definitions, especially those pertaining to our people, were altered after the civil rights movement in the United States. An example would be comparing the definitions of American in a pre-1965 dictionary versus one printed more recently. Taj Tariq Bey, one of the most vocal theorists on the importance of etymology, frequently expresses frustration that the Aliite project is being held back by lack of universal knowledge of the etymon, without which he insists there can be no communication. His solution is to insist that all thinkers use the same dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary, choice of all scholars around the world, because Oxford is always going to the etymon. As fervently as Taj Tariq Bey appeals to his fellow Aliites for a shared first principle in etymology, he also benefits from the situation as it is, gaining credibility and fame within Aliite circles through his display of charisma, speed at argumentation, and persuasive power frequently featured in online videos showing him contesting knowledge with other Aliites on the battlefield of the streets. And you already know the battlefield video where he told those Negro, black, colored guys to shut the hell up and give the children an opportunity to learn if you don't want to learn. Because black guy who was claiming that he went to court and beat some $50,000 child support stuff was trying to tell him the etymology of black is be lacking or some BS. Right? Taj Tariq Bey on the battlefield. If you've never seen it on YouTube, go look it up. Writings, lectures, and seminars exist in a competitive marketplace, and the distinguishing traits of charisma, argumentative dexterity, and rhetorical strength make the difference between a known and valuable name and those anonymous Moors that a thinker like Taj Tariq Bey destroys with demonstrations of knowledge in the street battles that constitute a special genre of Aliite media. Right? Even he saw that they're full of BS. Because Taj Tariq Bey destroys these people with demonstrations of knowledge in the street battles. And then he could also go and see him versus Dr. Reggie on the street, where he told, conversation over, because this guy is trying to tell you that people don't have nationalities. Conversation over. The lack of shared rules for definitive sources, the arbitrary nature of etymological knowledge practices facilitate one means of battle, allowing for contestation between thinkers. One thinker can undermine the credibility of another by delegitimatizing what for that thinker passes as etymology. This is often the case in Taj Tariq Bey's attempts to school other Aliites on real etymology. He dismisses, for instance, the lesser approaches such as phonetics and connotative definitions. What you know? You know that much? From Taj Tariq Bey? How much videos did he watch to come up with all that? Etymological claims proliferate, and terms universally respected as having real consequence in American legal discourse, indigenous for instance, are glossed in scores of different ways by different thinkers, leading to conflict over the applicability of the term. Often, this is framed in terms of contesting histories, in the term merely designed to oppress a nickname of a sort eschewed by Ali, or is there a counter-history hidden in the term? Disagreements over whether indigenous, aboriginal, or Indian are accurate descriptions of Aliite identity are always explicitly legal disagreements with practical, real-world ramifications. Notably, etymological knowledge is the most frequent cited type of knowledge in debates within Aliite communities over whether or not to apply for federal recognition with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. That words matter, carrying legal consequences, is universally accepted. Through the frame of science, Aliite claims are presented as the true products of empirical research, the product of engaged citizenship. Yet science is not only the science of learning or the law of learning, an explicit gift from God and responsibility of the fully human citizen. Science is also understood to have different valencies in the world, the most important of which is the science that treats positive law, the science of jurisprudence and civics. As one Morris thinker argues in an online lecture, while physicists, for instance, is a kind of science, the science that matters most to Aliites is the perspective of civics and law. The law perspective, that is, science, the claims of which have immediate social consequences. As Aliites reconceptualize religion to emphasize knowledge rather than superstition, truth rather than belief, they likewise reconceptualize the way in which religion has a privileged status in American legal discourse, rejecting the term religion as an oppressive label, but embracing religious freedom as a means of achieving the legal recognition they desire. In his writings on religious freedom, most notably a short text rebuking Christian ministers for expressing reservations about his organization, Juali similarly interpreted the term, linking it moreover to the quest for truth. Just as he cited registration with county authorities as proof of his own prophetic authority, here he cited the Constitution as protection for his organization. Without religious freedom, no search of truth would be possible, he wrote. The capstone. The fez, worn by Ali and most Moors, as well as by York and certain Nuwapi and Yamasee, and by Gaston and certain Washita, represents the unfinished pyramid, a house of wisdom still under construction. Aliite knowledge practices are an ongoing process. This is all the stuff he found out. Studying our prophet and our master teachers. This is what this European found out. This is what he found out. Quoting Kudro, quoting Taj, quoting Rami Salam El, quoting Abdullah Bey, quoting Victor Taylor L, quoting Mother Ula L, quoting all these Moors, Hopkins Bey, all types of Moors are quoted up in this. How he know? He knows like that. If he knows like that and our people don't know, then they are in serious trouble. Aliite knowledge practices recode claims as facts and desires as reality. While Aliites present such practices as objective, they are, in reality, subjective. Presented as resisting the politics involved in concealing knowledge, Aliite knowledge practices likewise advance Aliite political claims. Framed as the excavation of concealed truths, Aliite knowledge practices are in fact a means of rhetorical reiterating already held beliefs, while at the same time adamantly denying that such claims are beliefs. Moreover, the act of rendering public heretofore hidden knowledge for the purpose of communal uplift is counterbalanced by the act of individual thinkers encrypting knowledge as their own exclusive possession for the purposes of individual advancement. Aliite knowledge practices have been underlying metaphysics to them as well. Thought manifests in reality, in the identity of the thinker. Put plainly, as Eric Munjin Bey states, you become what you think most of the time. Azim Hopkins Bey quotes Jose Pimento Bey, whose PhD from Temple University provides him with a particular authority as an Aliite thinker. A person calling themselves black, trying to make it positive, is like pushing an elephant uphill on roller skates. Knowledge of truth is essential, and thus knowledge, he said, what did he say? The Moor's watchdog is not a dog but an elephant. Try pushing an elephant uphill on roller skates. See what happens to you. Knowledge of truth is essential, and thus knowledge practices that discover, discern, and defend such truth are essential for Aliite existence. The productive, positive function of the world. Those who do not research are mental slaves, non-citizens, less than human, Negroes, and lost. Like Ali emerging from the pyramid with a new perspective on the problems of the world, so too Aliite thinkers, through the push and pull of their knowledge, practices employ a vision that is not merely predetermined by desire, but also recognizes the perniciousness of the problem, the reality of Aliite existence in a society still far from that promised in Ali's teachings. The problems of status unrecognized, rights not granted, recognition not given, land not returned, freedom forcefully and violently taken away, are emphasized even though the articulation of the problem of the potential solution. York, when he described his holy tablets as the problem book, may be flagging how the text offers a last chance of salvation, but he also reiterates the relentless return in Aliite thought to problems, to the historical, material conditions in which Aliites find themselves, an unacceptable reality. America at present is an unfinished pyramid, the foundation built on slavery and oppression, but Aliites move toward with faith in Allah, confident that the pyramid of justice and equality can be perfected, that America can be perfected. You guys find out all this stuff. What? You found out all this? All this he found out just by studying our prophet, studying the master teachers. Just by studying our prophet and the master teachers. Oh, here's a good one for you. Here's a good one for you. The music video for More Lives Matter by the band Al Moroccans takes a more conciliatory tone, co-opting the famous slogan while insisting that in America, more lives matter because it seems like black lives don't matter, and that education and political unity through the MSTA will ensure your inalienable rights, the insatiable delight of knowing yourself, and bring all injustice to light. He's quoting More Lives Matter? And you think that this is a game? He's quoting All Lives Matter. And you think that this is a game. You think we don't know what we're talking about. And he's out here quoting All Lives Matter. As a universal prophet, Ali addressed all nations of earth, declaring that his was the only system that could bring peace. The universal Allah, on whose behalf he spoke, had sent a number of true and divine prophets, each with a revelation to their own nation. Worship of Allah was different in all lands, a singular religion split as if through a prism, such that unique versions were revealed to each nationality around the globe. Ali, while focused on his own nation of people, those Moors who had long been unconscious of their true identity and lived in oppression as Negroes in America, preached to all people, urging them to follow the same instructions. Return to your ancestral tradition, your nationality, he said. This was his task as the last prophet of these days. Explicitly, he spoke of his prophetic mission, in part, as returning Christianity to the Europeans, getting white people to embrace their difference as well, and thus accept their role within the pluralistic society, not as superseding and colonizing, but as one nation among many out of which the United States of America was composed. As Sylvester Johnson has argued, Ali's pluralizing ideology, asserting that particular peoples should possess particular religions, inverted colonial ideas about universalism and peculiarity, rendering Christianity as particular to whites rather than a universal, and undeclaring it destructive rather than salvific for the world's non-white people. For Ali, the United States, a country predicated on difference and unity across difference, was the product of Allah God's plan, and offered a unique opportunity for the instantiation of divine law. America thus offered the possibility of equal justice for all under law, and thus under God, within a political system where diversity was both required and regulated, a mosaic of distinct vine and fig trees assembled under the U.S. flag. Ali saw an example of such e pluribus unum on the local level in Chicago. Here's another one. The Great Seal's presence on the $1 bill is attributed by contemporary MSTA thinker Hakeem Bey to Ali himself. Hakeem Bey claims Ali commanded that the seal be printed on the dollar bill rather than on rarer, higher denominations of currency so that all Americans could see it every day and carry the lesson around with them in their pockets. Aliites, Spencer Du. So, if you think that people don't know what's up, you're probably on the bank because the boat been left the dock. So you want to give honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, today, on his day that he was brought here to save these nations. We give honors to the parents of Noble Drew Ali and the parents of Noble Drew Ali's parents and the parents of their parents, so that we can have these lessons to apply to our life in order so that we can save ourselves from under the iron hand oppressors of colonialism, of inquisition, of colonization. And even if we're not free completely in the physical, mentally, we are the most free people in the Americas right now. We give honors to all Moors everywhere, anywhere that you're at. If you know that you are not Negro, black, colored, and that you are a Moor by nationality and birthrights, supreme honors to you. And for everybody else who got involved, we'll definitely see you Moors tomorrow for our 11th annual Noble Drew Ali Day, where, he's gonna continue to get his honors. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Allah for sending us the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. And again, supreme honors to Noble Drew Ali for the great work that he's done in inspiring us to be where we are right now, turbans up, fezzes up, knowing the truth about our nationality and birthrights, and doing our best to carry on the legacy of his greatness. Honors to all Moors. Peace and love to all, everywhere and anywhere. All nations of the world, consider what Noble Drew Ali presented. But mostly, the Asiatics of America, who are classified as Negro, black, colored, and think that your conditions can't be better. You find a Moor, and guarantee you, he will prove to you that your conditions can be better. Peace and love to all, and to all, a good night.